Hi all, this is another video about my HSCT for MS. I just thought I'd touch base with you because I haven't been on for a little while since I first came into hospital, which was on the 10th of January. So it's now actually the 23rd, just looking at the clock there. And I've now been through the whole procedure of having my transplant. So I apologise for not talking earlier, but I've actually been quite poorly. I was debating on how much to say, but I want to kind of be open and honest because the whole point of me doing these videos is to help anyone who is potentially going to be doing HSCT for their MS. So I've been in and when I first came in, I had 4 lots of chemotherapy plus loads of other kind of medicine alongside that. And then I had my stem cell transplant on the 15th of January. So in theory, that's my kind of stem cell birthday. So I've had my birthday for my stem cells. So that's good, something to look forward to in a year's time. In that time, since then, as I said, it's the 23rd now. I have had a very up and down road. I've had lots of sickness, diarrhea. I had to be on oxygen at one point. I have had some ongoing niggly problems with my bladder, question mark infection. I've just seen the doctor who said there's one of my liver tests has just come up the wrong way, and he reckons it's just due to what all the different things they've been doing, so they're going to obviously keep an eye on it. So apart from that, it's been quite hard. I've been trying to get my head around being here in the same place, for almost 2 weeks in the same room, only seeing nurses really. I get out every now and then to have things like, for example, I went for my ultrasound of my bladder today, and I've been for things like chest x-rays. I had an MRI scan just before my stem cell transplant. That MRI scan, I suppose, was a baseline before the transplant, and what that showed is that although I didn't have any active lesions on that scan, I did have lesions that weren't there previously on my previous scan. So I'd obviously been having some kind of lesions coming in. So the neurologist said he was very pleased with how things were going, and that he was pleased I'd gone ahead for him. It was a bit too late to change his mind at that point, but it felt good to know that he thought it was the right time. So what else has been going on? So I've been really poorly, and it turns out that I actually came in with the flu. I didn't feel it. They did, I think, a routine throat swab, and as a result, it showed that I had flu, which is probably why I was so poorly as well. So I've had spikes in temperatures, which, as lots of MSers experience, lots of different MS symptoms increasing. So suddenly I won't be able to walk very well. It affected my bladder, so I'd be kind of rushing to the loo and things like that. So that's been good to get over that. I'd say over the past kind of 4 or 5 days, I've been feeling much, much better. And even now I'm feeling like I can even see a few positive neurological benefits. I'm trying not to get my hopes up because I know some of that could be down to the steroids I've been on, and obviously my body's been through a lot. So I'm not kind of keeping hopes up, but the kind of positives I've seen is that my left foot, rather than just doing that, it can actually kind of move up a bit better. My leg can lift up better than it could, and I just feel generally a bit more able to balance in a better way. So that's great. I'm now 8 days post-transplant, and they've said that my blood cell count is at 0. So, and all my what's called your neutrophils, which is something to do with your blood cells. I'm sorry, I get confused about all of it. They're very low as well. So I'm kind of in that prime time for getting infections. So they're being very, very careful with me about what kind of stuff I can do and who can see me and that kind of stuff. So I'm just very conscious of it. I'm using my hand gel all the time, and I'm just kind of keeping busy. So that's about it. I mean, in terms of how I feel mentally, I feel actually quite positive at the minute, which is good. I do feel worried that, as I said, I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much, or kind of thinking that this could be it and that these neurological improvements are going to last, because chances are they won't. And I've heard about people who maybe had neurological benefits at first and then they go back downhill. So I'm trying to keep kind of level-headed about it, but it's really easy to get excited when you've been feeling poorly for so long. I do still feel not very well. I feel tired. If you look at my eyes, you can see that I've kind of got no colour in my eyes. I feel like I look generally poorly. My hair started falling out again. So whereas before it was just my grey left, now the grey's starting to fall out and my head's getting a little bit irritated like it did back in November. So I'm kind of conscious I've got all that to come up. I'm very lucky because I've got family and friends who are coming to see me. My mum and dad are coming tomorrow and my husband on Friday, and it just makes such a difference seeing people. Kind of breaks the day up a bit, and I love seeing people that I haven't seen for ages. I've been really lucky that I've been able to FaceTime my kids and my family, so that's been really nice, because goodness knows what we would have done in the days before FaceTime. The children aren't allowed to come and see me because of their ages, and it's completely understandable because they potentially are harbouring any kind of infection, some kind of infection or illness, so it's sensible for them not to come and see me, but I do miss them. We've been chatting on the phone, as I said, and FaceTime, and I get the odd text message from my son, which is lovely. So yeah, so it's all good. It's been up and down, as I said. It's not been easy. At one point I said to my husband, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I think that was the day before the stem cells went in, because I just felt so poorly with his temperature and stuff that he was a bit, well, it's too late now, and it was too late. But now I'm pleased that I did it. I'm pleased that I've had a chance to do it. I'm aware it's a long road ahead to get exactly back to where I need to be. And lots of people say you kind of come out feeling okay, but then you go downhill again, as I said, in terms of fatigue and potentially mobility and things. So I'm just trying to keep sensible, but yeah, at the moment I feel good. So I'll keep you guys all up to date with how things are going, as usual. Sorry if it's a bit sporadic, it's very much dependent on my health, but I'm sure you guys all understand. And I'll link my most recent blog post, which is all about the transplant process, down below as well. So do feel free to read that as well. Okay then, speak to you all soon. Bye.